So what makes Awaken different? Well, that's a question that's been asked, but there's actually a deeper question behind it, because Awaken is really about awakening to who we truly are instead of who we thought we are. And so to awaken to that so that we can even embrace the possibility of starting to live in the reality of who God made us to be, what needs to change? And so often we think, what do I need to do differently? But there's another question to ask, and it's this: what if the difference isn't in what you do, but being in an environment that invites you into who you truly are? And so, as you might see, I'm by the sea, and there are three things that I want to share with you today, specifically about what makes Awaken different, and they're spelt by the words S-E-A or C. And so the first one is safety. You know, safety is a component that I've come to see in the last couple of years is so vitally important for us to really receive more from God, to see the true and lasting change that we really want to see in our lives. And the components that really are incorporated in safety is on a personal level, when we're seen and we're heard and we're understood and then embraced. And so that sense of safety, creating an environment of safety, is so essential for our hearts to open. And in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I've just happened to have a copy right here, one of my own. As you see on the bottom there, we have once we've got the legitimate need for food and shelter, there is a legitimate need for safety. Once that safety component is in our life, or should I say, when that safety component's in my life, I just realized I'm holding this thing in front of my face. When that safety component's in our life, the capacity to give and receive love becomes possible. We need to have that safety component in place so that the giving and receiving of love can happen in our hearts. Until that safety's there, we actually can't do it. From there, of course, once we can give and receive love, that sense of personal value is found within us. And then, of course, that involves also self-respect and self-honor. And then, of course, becoming who we truly are. All those things are stages, and safety is one of them. So the first thing that makes Awaken different is the emphasis on creating an environment of safety. Secondly, expression. One of the things we're aiming for in Awaken is not to be a good Christian. You can be a good Christian if you want to. You've got complete choice to be that. But how many of us have expended so much energy trying to be something that we're not, either believing we're too much and we've got to dial it down, or we're not enough and we've got to try harder? Ultimately, trying to be a good Christian is usually being someone that we're not. So what makes Awaken different is the belief of expression, that God's intention is to bring each one of us, you and me, into an authentic, aligned expression of who we truly are as His image and likeness. So what that does, as we increasingly align with that, it brings Him greater glory, because we're living according to the design that He created uniquely in us. Plus, that will bring forth the most fulfilling and happy life as we live in alignment. And so the emphasis isn't on conforming to some cookie cutter good Christian, but to conforming to the image of a Son who brought forth an authentic expression of who He was created to be. Expression instead of conformity. So that's the second thing, expression of who you are instead of trying to be something that you're not. And the third thing is agency. I love the word agency. Agency is the belief that you have a right to your choices and you have a right to be empowered to make them. And so this is something that we live, value, and navigate with in finding home, that you have the right to choose. God is actually inviting us to allow him to complete that work in us that he's faithful to complete, which is to bring forth the image and likeness in us that we are uniquely made in. And you're invited to that. Now, that might be too hard. That might be too uncomfortable. That might not be something that you want. That might feel too unsafe. And so you have the right to choose whether you want to go or not, or how far that you want to go. It's your right to choose. That's self-determination. And we've been given that right to choose. Because ultimately, God is inviting us into this journey with him. He's inviting us deeper. He's inviting us to be closer to him. And we've been given the choice whether we choose to accept that or not. We don't have to. We have agency. We have our self-determination. You get to choose what to do with your life, but you're invited. So wherever you are in your life, may you find environments that are safe enough for you to express who you are. Wherever you are in your life, maybe you find the environments where you have complete autonomy to express the image and likeness of God in you, and are given the agency, the right, the respect and honor to choose. You can obviously do all of those things independent of what we're doing, what I'm doing here with Finding Home and Awaken. But I also want to extend the invitation to invite you to the Awaken Week and the Awaken conferences in France and in Norway and Bergen in June. We have those 2 weeks that we're having at Margareta House, but particularly the week that starts on June 26th. There's 5 places left in the Awaken Week, and you're invited to one of them. And just a heads up, in early August, we'll be starting the Awaken coaching offering. There's only a limited amount of places for that. So just reach around wherever you see this. There'll be a link in the description somewhere. We'll be able to get in contact with me.